What's up, guys? I wanted to take a look at these two knives and kind of compare them and I guess, battle each other, I guess you could say, because they both have a lot of similarities. They're both 4-inch blades. Let's see. The Spyderco has a tiny bit more of length on the Recon one, but the cutting edge is a little bit more on the Recon if you line up their cutting edge. So yeah, this is the cold steel Recon 1. It's in S35VN steel, made in Taiwan. G10 handles, linerless, just thick G10. This is the military 2 with the compression lock in Spy 27 steel, which according to the Knife Steel Nerds website is pretty much the same as S35VN. I'll put the chart up on here. But they both, I put aftermarket deep carry titanium clips on both of them, so they're very, very similar. I just showed you the edge length. The thickness is also right there, except for the cold steel holds the thickness a little bit more towards the edge, and it does have this swedge, but right where the point is coming, it holds that thickness more. So I think this tip is going to be a little more durable than this tip, or less at risk of breaking off. So the blades, we talked about the cutting edge, more cutting edge here, more total length here. Blade steel, this only is S35VN. There is one with Magna Cut, and then this is Spy 27, which, like I said, is about the same as S35VN. They do have one in S30, which is more edge retention but less toughness, and they have one in crew wear, which is going to be more toughness, and I'm sure they'll have more steels. So you'll have more steel choices with the military 2, but you'll have more blade shapes with the Recon 1. So they have a tanto blade, they have a clip point, they have a spear point, and I think that's it. So you have different blade shapes to choose from here. Just this shape on the military 2. So you can take that, there's a little bit more flexibility with steel, so you might like that, and there's more flexibility with blade shape. So to me, I think they're both tied in the blade category. As far as thickness behind the edge, they feel about the same. Spyderco may be thinner towards the tip though. So, and since this is a full flat ground, you probably will get a little bit more performance out of it, being the geometry of it. So pure cutting, this blade probably is better as far as toughness and durability. With the and strength, the high saber grind is going to give you more. The blade is going to be stronger overall. Moving down the handle into the pivot, they're both riding on phosphor bronze washers. That's good. The locking mechanism, there's no real comparison to the triad lock. This is still breaking in, so there we go. But yeah, as far as the strength of the lock, the triad lock is going to be a stronger lock than forgot the name of this. I got in my head top liner lock because I've heard somebody refer to it as it. But anyway, this locking mechanism is still very strong. It's just the triad lock is a little bit edges it out some. So action and ease of deployment, I think the Spyderco wins that because of the locking mechanism and the ease of deployment with the thumb hole. It's very easy to deploy. You saw me with the Recon 1 deploying it is harder. Like I said, it still needs to break in. You do have to, because it's not broken in, you have to give it a little wrist. So, but as you can see, it pretty much drops when you relieve the tension from the lock bar. It does have this flat spot so you don't cut your hand. So, alright, locking mechanism goes to the cold steel. Ease of deployment goes to the Spyderco. Compression lock with the compression lock. Can't believe I forgot that. As far as ergos go, this is a thicker handle and it's rounded off. You can see the contouring. This is kind of like blocky, so you do kind of feel that in your hand, but at the same time with the Spyderco you do have you can get more grips easier. When the cold steel is in your hand, it feels good, but you're pretty much locked into this grip only. If you want to put your hand here, you can do that. It's not as comfortable. But like I said, the round handles and the way that they did, like your thumb feels nice there, and then but if you want to go up further, because it's that slot there, it doesn't keep your thumb from going up. So I like that they did that. So ergos are good on both. I'd probably give the edge to Spyderco though, just barely, just because you can go, easier. You can get there easier. But this does have that guard there, which is better for protecting your fingers from the blade and penetrating. So if you will be doing more type of stabbing penetrations, this would be better. They have a new G10 on their new knives since they sold the company, and it's a lot softer. It's actually softer than this G10, so that is actually good, and so it makes going in and out of the pocket easier. Like I said, I did put a titanium D-carry clip. I'll link to that in the description if you want to pick one up for yours. But it does work very good, and it rides almost everything is out of here, just that much. And I put a deep carry clip on this, and about the same amount sticks out. So carryability, this is only tip up, right or left hand carry. This can be 4-way right or left, so there is more options there. What else can we talk about? The weight. It does weigh about an ounce more, I think, because you have this big chunk of metal here, this big aluminum backspacer here. The G10 is a lot thicker. The blade has more material in it, so all that combines with another weighs about another ounce, but you don't feel it too much. The G10 is heavily milled. You have the steel liners that are heavily milled, so everything is kind of like lighter. The blade doesn't have as much material, so it makes for a lighter knife. But yeah, they're both great knives. I plan on keeping them both. If I ever needed just to choose between the two of them, and hopefully, if some of these things that I talked about are more important and deal breakers for you, then you obviously have your choice. I think that they're both great knives. I think if you need a lighter option that can do almost as much as this can, then the Military 2 is good. But if you just want a bomb-proof knife that you can grab and you're not worried about anything happening to it, then I would choose the Recon 1. And I think ultimately I might bring, if I only had to keep one, I might just keep this one, because I could have a slicier knife that's smaller, a little bit smaller in length, maybe a 3.5 inch length, like maybe an Endura or something that could fit the slicey roll, big blade slicey roll, and then just use this as the big 4-inch do anything blade. So there it is, guys. Both, like I said, both great knives. And this one has this beat in a lot of different areas, but just, the toughness of the triad lock, the steel, the thickness, but yet still retains a comparable thinness in the edge as that one. It's a very, very good knife. Both of them are. But there you go. And I'll see you all in the next one.